I'm Chris Jakimick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important. But I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text, actually, from my stepmom. It's like, I need you to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates, and she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day, 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broken through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought, we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media, and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not going to be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired, a little over a year ago, I set forth, I was like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. physically I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. Every day he pushes it. From the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program, and it got transformed into lo and behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home. That's what it's about.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir. Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña. Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Favuza. From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio. From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy. Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle. And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Velarde, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jacksomek. Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
Whew.
What? He did
All right.
big things back in the day. He's gonna do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going, no matter how hard it gets. no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're going to take care of each other. We've got each other. And it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's going to help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's going to save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
Welcome back to the stream. It is Thursday night. It's time to do some battle with the 358 Modifieds in the North American Dirt Track Racing Association. Tonight is the Vitale Motorsports 40. We're going to be a 40-lap feature here at Charlotte. If you're new to the stream, welcome aboard. If you're coming back, thanks for coming back. As always, at Got Your Six Racing Network, we are racing for awareness of veterans issues, trying to get all the information out that we can to those veterans that might be out there hurting. If you know a veteran, please reach out, let them know you're thinking about them, open up a conversation. You never know, that conversation could save a life. So we are here at Charlotte in the 358 Modifieds. This is week number 4. Current points, Clay Christopherson with the lead, followed by Keaton Holder, Austin Baker, Scott Holmes, and Dean Reynolds are tied with 148 apiece. Keaton Holder at the top of the board, currently with a 15.985. Clay Christopherson is second, so those two are going to battle it out. 10 points separates those two drivers early here in the season. The 7 car of Holder. We are a couple minutes away from the green flag of qualifying. If you're out there and you're in the market for a great run 358 modified, this is Open Setup League. Check out North American Dirt Track Racing Association, NADTRA. You can find them on Facebook. Great group of guys. The racing is always fun. Not a lot of open set 358 shows out there. The 99 car, Gears Unlimited, Billy Roberts, currently 4th quick. The owner-operator of Gears Unlimited. Like to thank Billy for all he does for e-racing. Sponsors a bunch of cars, sponsors my league, and sponsors this league here. So Billy Roberts is knee-deep in sponsorship, and that's greatly appreciated. It does take sponsors, and it takes funds to get this stuff done. So if you're out there, you'd like to sponsor North American Dirt Track Racing Association, there are a couple of open races. Checking the schedule here. It looks like there is 2 more open races. So if you're interested in putting your name, you can see down in the left corner in the bottom, your company name, your team name will go right there. Get a hold of DV Runkle. Let him know you would like to sponsor. He will make that happen. It would be greatly appreciated. Logan Wentz in the 18 car. Looks like he's going to be the first car out on the track. Big track here, the dirt track at Charlotte. Takes a while to get around this monster. The light blue Murano racing machines. You can see, never really noticed it in the light. The chrome look to the light blue machines. We'll go on board as Logan comes out of turn number 4. Michael Vitale with a 16.216 at the top of the board. Adam Flieger in the Flieger Farms ride, currently third quick in the 38 machine. Kevin Davis in the 121 Venom Racing driver, just finishing up. Sixth quick with a 16. Missed it there. Went away too quick. Butch Baker, also Venom Racing, is out on the track in the 97 machine. See how Butch does as he comes to the line. Fourth quick, 16.248. Clay Christopherson takes it to the top of the board in the 51. Your points leader is on the point with a 16.181. Brian Lawson, Michael Vitale, Anthony Morano behind him. Clay just finishing up. 16.181 is his better lap. Waiting on the 7 car of Keaton Holder, who is out on the track, currently second in the points. The 7 car coming around for his first timed lap here at Charlotte. Coming to the line in the 7 machine. I guess this is the start of his first time lap. We will ride along with the 7 car and see how Keaton does. Top of the board, 16.075. Good start to the night. The 013 of Malachi Smith, Venom Racing, in the 013 car. Currently fourth quick. Good run by Malachi. Coming for his second lap. Not as quick, a little bit off. Travis Brown in the 21 just wrapped up ninth quick. Keaton Holder still out on the track getting some laps. Currently your pole sitter, 16.075. 16075 for Keaton Holder. Malachi Smith, Venom Racing driver, just wrapping up his time. Fourth quick. Holder, Christopherson, Lawson, Smith, Vitale are your top 5. So 1 and 2 in the points will start at the front of their respective heat races, which should be coming up here momentarily. Still waiting on Austin Baker and D.V. Runkle to take their time. We are headed to the green flag. Keaton Holder will bring us to the green flag. Brian Lawson to his outside. The light blue car, the 213 of Michael Vitale, on the inside of row number 2. The Morano Racing driver and the sponsor of this event. Vitali Motorsports 40. Yeah, as the cars tighten up, the start is on green. Field belongs to Keaton Holder. Green flag is out. We are underway. Brian Lawson, a little slow start for the 9 car. The 213 of Vitali dives to the inside, as does Lawson. Good recovery, good run off of turn 2. The 9 car dives for the bottom. Slide job coming. Looks like we're going to be 3 wide coming off of 4. Move Lawson up to, boy, he cut that tire close right there. Slide job from Lawson. Keaton Holder able to get away from the field a little bit. Billy Roberts is going to nose in there. We're going to be 3 wide coming off of 4. Vitali Roberts and Lawson. 4P2. It's like Vitali backs out of it a little bit in the 213. Billy Roberts up to P2, so he gets by Lawson. Keaton Holder running away with it. Currently over half second gap. Working lap 4 of 8. Lawson's going to look to that inside. Here comes the slide job. It was close. Billy Roberts with the crossover in the 99. It is Roberts at the line. Looks like Brian Lawson actually lost a position on that exchange. Now he's got Travis Brown behind him in the 21 machine. Those two are going to do battle up front. Keaton Holder holding down. Billy Roberts in P2, up 4 places from his start. Michael Vitali in 3. Brian Lawson back to P4. And the caution comes out. Let's see what we got. See what happened here. It says the 44 car of D.V. Runkle gets up into the wall. Over the 44 goes. Go on board with D.V. as he's trying to admin and brace and everything else. He goes for a tumble. Working lap 6 of 8. Caution came out, bringing the field back to the rear bumper of Keaton Holder. Billy Roberts up 4 positions from his start in the 99 machine. See if he can't do something with the 7 car here. Holder, Roberts, Vitali, Lawson, Brown are your top 5. Field belongs to Holder as he brings the field down at a slow pace. And he's off. Billy Roberts gets a little jump on Billy Roberts. Opens up a half-second gap. Can Roberts close that gap? Lawson continues to throw the slide jobs. Holder now pulling away from the field. Good run by Vitali. He got a great run into turn 3. Gets the exit of turn 4. Loses a little bit of momentum, but he was strong going into turn 3. Pulled right up alongside the 99 car there. Top 2 getting away from the field a little bit. There are your top 5 drivers on the track. Holder, Roberts, Vitali, and Lawson. Clay Christopherson starts on the inside of row number 1 with Malachi Smith to his outside. Excuse me. Anthony Morano and Logan Wentz in row 2. Joseph Corns on the inside of row number 3 with Kevin Davis to his outside. Jason Henry and Austin Baker round out your field of 8 drivers. Clay Christopherson currently first in the points. He's going to have his hand full tonight with Holder. Take a quick look at the weather and see what we're looking at. 90 degrees or 80 degrees. Looks like 90% humidity. 60% humidity, my apologies. Clay Christopherson will bring us to the green flag. Again, Venom Racing's Malachi Smith to his outside in the 0-1 machine. A pair of Murano Racing drivers in row number 2, Anthony Murano and Logan Wentz. Pace truck should exit this time by. Clay Christopherson takes control of the field. 8-lap Heat 2. Keaton Holder winning Heat 1. Can Clay Christopherson match that? A little bit of a jump there for the 51. They're 3 wide. And 3 of them into the fence. That didn't look good from the start. We will take a look here real quick. Billy Roberts down low. The 18 car of Logan Wentz in the middle. Roberts push up on exit, gets into the 18 and the 121 of Davis. Nowhere for Davis to go. There's an on board with Davis, just nowhere for the 121 to go. 2 cars in a pile in front of them. Clay Christopherson at the front of the field in the 51 machine. Malachi Smith to his outside, working lap 3 of 8, so got a little ways to go here. Big track, a lot of things can happen. Plenty of time left. Kevin Davis recovers. He's on the outside of row number 2. Not sure if any damage to that 121 car. Looks like that thing isn't steering straight. Got some front suspension issues there in the 121. See how that car handles in turn number 1. Pace truck should exit this time by. Restart will be on the 51 of Christopherson. Keep an eye on that car on the outside of row 2 with that suspension damage. See how that car handles. Malachi Smith with a little bit of a head start there. I'm not sure the 51 car appreciated that. They are 3 wide behind him. The 09 of Austin Baker slides up in front of the 121. Up front, Malachi Smith in the 013. Venom Racing driver at the point. He sends it in a little bit lower there than the 51 of Christopherson. Christopherson with a great run off of turn 4. Pulls up to the outside of the 013. They battle it out down the backstretch. Christopherson on the high side. See the 121 back there get up into the fence. It will be Christopherson at the line this time by. Working lap 5 of 8. Watch Austin Baker in the 09 machine. He is now on the rear bumper of the 013 of Malachi Smith. 9 car goes down low. Slide job coming. Little bit of contact made by the 013. Had to back off of it a little bit. Loses a position. Now Anthony Morano in the 32 machine doing battle with the 09. Clay Christopherson pulling away from the field. So he doesn't mind seeing these battles behind him. We will go on board with Anthony Morano and see what it looks like. See a special message to his wife there at the on his hood scoop. Sherry, if you're watching, thank you for your support. 1 lap to go. Clay Christopherson at the front of the field in the 51 machine. Christopherson, Baker, Smith, Morano, Henry are your top 5. A little bit of contact there after the caution. We are going to have 5 minutes of warm-up. We will take a quick break, and we will be right back.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. You know, I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, you know, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources and opportunity right now.
Welcome back. We're just wrapping up warm-up. Austin Baker at the top of the board with a 16-159. Clay Christopherson, your points leader, didn't take a lap here. 7-car of Keaton Holder currently in P2. So we will have 1 and 2 in the points rolling off on the front row. Keaton Holder will be on the inside in the 7-car with your points leader, Clay Christopherson, to his outside in the 51 machine. This is the Vitali 40, so we have 40 laps to go. 40 lap feature, my apologies. Austin Baker, Billy Roberts, so they do, looks like they do invert the top 4. Austin Baker, Billy Roberts on the front row. Clay Christopherson, Keaton Holder in row number 2. Michael Vitali, Anthony Morano in 3, Brian Lawson, Jason Henry in 4, Travis Brown, Logan Wentz in 5, Garrett Zimmer, Kevin Davis in 6, Adam Flieger, Joseph Corns in 7, Butch Baker, Malachi Smith in the back of the field in row number 8. '99 car and the 9 have been quick tonight. So this will be interesting with 1 and 2 in the points in the second row with a couple of fast cars in front of them. See how they can close the deal. Pace truck should pull off this time by leaving the field to Austin Baker in the 09 machine. Austin Baker's making the slow crawl to the green flag. Green flag is out. We are underway. Billy Roberts on the high side. Good start by the 99. Looks like the 9 car with a slide job. Billy Roberts will cross over. Clay Christopherson thought about taking it 3 wide, and he will into turn 3. Christopherson on the bottom side. Your points leader, Billy Roberts in the middle. 09 car. Roberts gets a little bit loose. Not sure what happened to the 99. Austin Baker. 99, I'm not sure what happened to Billy Roberts. 0 or the 9. Brian Lawson comes in a little bit hot, gets in the side of the 21 machine of Travis Brown. Those two make contact. Again, not sure what happened to the 99. Lawson gets a pinball around there a little bit. Up into that outside fence right in front of his teammate, the 121 of Kevin Davis. 2 Venom Racing drivers involved in an incident together. The front of the field, Austin Baker, Clay Christopherson in P2, Billy Roberts in 3. Pace truck will exit this time by, leaving the field to the 09 of Austin Baker. Again, Clay Christopherson on his outside. 1 and 2 in the points on the high side, nose to tail. Good start by the 09 of Austin Baker. Billy Roberts dives for the bottom. Christopherson trying to get a good run off at turn 2. He pulls even. Not enough time. 51 looked like he would have cleared. Malachi Smith and Kevin Davis involved in an incident. Both of them are Venom Racing drivers. Let's see what happened with Malachi. Just gets up into that outside wall. 3 Venom drivers. Malachi gets into the 9 of Lawson and the 121 of Kevin Davis. And over the 13 goes. Working lap 4 of 40, so we got a long way to go. Restart will be on the 09 of Austin Baker. Clay Christopherson with a good move. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to the 09 of Austin Baker. And we are back under green. Christopherson on the rear bumper of the 9. 9 car stays up high this time. Billy Robertson, the 99 car down low with Michael Vitale in the 213. Christopherson to the rear bumper, letting the 09 know he's there. Christopherson's going to lose several positions. Keaton Holder now up to P2, using that outside work 3 wide. Billy Roberts making contact with the 9. Those drivers get through that. Keaton Holder to the point. Austin Baker back to P2. Christopherson wills his way through the 9 car. We got cars going everywhere. Up front, Keaton Holder in the 7 car, currently second in the points. There's a 10-point difference between Holder and Christopherson. 32 into that tire on the low side. Caution finally comes out. Caution is for Austin Baker in the 09. Looks like Butch Baker to his outside. There's the contact between the 171 and the 9 of Lawson. Lawson gets bumped into the inside, collects the 09 on his outside. So we are currently working lap 7 of 40. Long way to go. Keaton Holder at the front of the field. Clay Christopherson in P2. Anthony Morano, Michael Vitale, Billy Roberts are your top 5. No Scott T. Holmes tonight. Holmes was 4th in the points. No Dean Reynolds. Garrett Zimmer is not with us. So there's some cars. Anthony Vitale currently 8th in the points. A lot of cars between him and the your points leader that are not here tonight. Pace truck should exit this time by. Seven of Keaton Holder will take us to the green flag. Clay Christopherson to his rear bumper. Two Murano Racing drivers running 3 and 4. Good start by Holder. Puts a gap between himself and the 51 of Christopherson. Anthony Murano in the 32 machine trying to get a run on that bottom side. Looks like the bottom is not there quite yet. Don't know if we'll get the track war in to where the bottom side is the place to be. Christopherson and Holder on the high side. We're riding along with Clay. You can hear him working the throttle. You see the 320 with a good run off the bottom there. It's like Logan Wentz went around. We will take a look. It's like two teammates there made contact. Like the 18 and the 171. Car spun right in front of the 09. Nowhere for Austin Baker to go. And Billy Robertson, innocent bystander. Looks like the track closed right in front of him as the 97 of Butch Baker piles in. Anthony Murano was able to get by the 51 car of Clay Christopherson. Good run for the 32 machine tonight. Holder, Murano, Christopherson, Vitali working lap 10 of 40, so we have a long way to go. Team BDR in the 7 of Keaton Holder. Anthony Murano in the 32 machine behind him. Clay Christopherson with Tally. Pace truck is off. We are getting ready to go back to green on lap 10 of 40. Good start by Holder. Murano in the 32 machine is getting that bottom side to work. He got by the 51 down there. He might have found a line that no one else is running. Clay Christopherson with a little bit of a slider line there. Go on board with the 32 machine as he works that inside. You can see that slick up there. Staying just underneath that 7 car with a good run on the top side. There are your top 4 on the screen. The 213 of Vitali. Clay Christopherson has fallen back to P3. Murano's up 4 positions from his start. Keaton Holder's up 3. Holder looking for a great points night. Needs to finish in front of the 51 car of Clay Christopherson. He's currently in P1, obviously. Working lap 16 of 40 as the leader is coming up on lap traffic. Billy Roberts back there in the 99 machine. There's Garrett Zimmer. I said Garrett wasn't here, but he is indeed here. Looks like the 97 car, Venom Racing's Butch Baker, might have been involved in an incident. We will take a look. Just gets in that outside wall. Open tires over the 97 goes. Been a rough night for Butch Baker. Venom Racing driver in the 97. Keaton Holder at the front of the field with the 32 car of Anthony Murano behind him. Clay Christopherson, Michael Vitalik, Garrett Zimmer now. Pace truck should exit this time by, leaving the field to Keaton Holder. Clay Christopherson, your points leader, currently in P3. Sandwiched by Murano Racing Crew of the 32 of Murano and the 213 of Vitali. '51 might get a black flag, a passing before the line. 7 car of Keaton Holder held up the field there. The restart is on the leader. We'll see how the admins score that. Clay Christopherson moves up to P2. Keaton Holder at the front of the field. Some discussion on the race control. About the passing, looked like it was real close to before the start-finish line. We're 3 wide. Zimmer down low, 213 of Vitali in the middle with the 32 to his outside. Michael Vitali, Billy Roberts in the 99 machine. Got a blinking car above him. Can't tell who that is. It's like Kevin Davis. No, it's not Davis. Up front. Holder coming up on the 97 car of Butch Baker. See how Holder gets through lap traffic here. Got Clay Christopherson right behind him. Another caution out on the speedway. Looks like Adam Flieger in the 38 involved. '38 and whoever the blinking car is causing some issues on the track for Adam Flieger. We are working lap 23 of 40. We've made it halfway. Again, like to thank everybody for tuning in. Keaton Holder followed by Clay Christopherson. Must have been a no call on the passing before the start finish line. Let's see how this restart goes. Pace truck should exit this time by. Leaving the field to your leader, the 7 car of Holder. Holder's been bunching up the field on the restart. Much better start this time. Holder gets a little bit of jump over the 51 of Clay Christopherson. Michael Vitale in the 213, working the bottom side with the 99 car of Billy Roberts behind the 213. Those two giving that bottom side a go. Good racing throughout the field. Logan Wentz in the 18 machine has found that top side, followed by Austin Baker in the 09. Murano racing Jason Henry in the 171, now under attack from the 97 of Butch Baker. Looks like we had some contact between the 09 and the 18. Up front, Holder working the bottom side now. Clay Christopherson on the high side. Looks like the 7 is switching high in 1 and 2, low in 3 and 4. Decides to keep it up high this time in front of the 51 machine, working lap 28 of 40. Garrett Zimmer in the 14 machine up to P3. Running a slider line. Michael Vital and Kevin Davis, my apologies, in the 121 doing battle. 4P5, Billy Roberts in the 99, followed by Austin Baker in the 09. 97 car Butch Baker has found that outside, gets up into the fence, and around he goes. That should bring out a caution. No, it will not. We stay green. Seven and the 51 working the high side. Holder with over a half-second gap over second place Clay Christopherson. They are 1 and 2 in the points. Garrett Zimmer now running the slider line. Got Anthony Morano in the 32 car, running with the 14 here. Michael Vitale currently in 5th position. Looks like Zimmer and Morano both going for the same slot at the entrance of turn 3. Made a little bit of contact. Anthony backing out of it. Working lap 34 of 40, so we are running out of laps. If these drivers are going to get something done, now would be the time. Garrett Zimmer in the 14 under attack from Anthony Morano in the 32 machine. Caution comes back out. Looks like Logan Wentz is involved here. Excuse me. '18 car on that high side. Billy Roberts down low. Looks like 18 closing in on the 09. Just gets up into that outside. No forgiveness in that outside wall with these open-wheeled modifieds. You're typically not going to brush the wall and recover in a modified. Keaton Holder at the front of the field in the 7 machine, followed by Clay Christopherson, Zimmer, Morano, Vitale are your top 5. Working lap 34 of 40, so laps are winding down. Looking out the back of Keaton Holder in the 7 machine at the 51 of Clay Christopherson. We will stay right here for the restart. Green flag is out. Good start by Keaton Holder. Looked like Zimmer's going to dive the 14 car down low. Now he's under attack from the 32. Morano with a good run on the high side. Zimmer able to hold off Morano. Looks like the high side is the place to be. Billy Roberts in the 99 machine involved in an incident. Kevin Davis and the 09. Davis just clips the right rear of the 99 machine. No hard contact. Working lap 36 of 40. Waiting on your top 3 to get up into the booth here. Garrett Zimmer in P3 in the 14 machine gave a valiant effort on the bottom side. We'll see who comes up into the booth first. There's Keaton Holder waiting on Garrett Zimmer to join us. There is the 14 car of Garrett Zimmer. Moves up 8 positions from the start in the 14. Garrett, this is Joe. You got me? Man, I'm good. What a great run by the 14 car, man. You moved up 8 spots from the beginning. How'd you get up through the field?
Patience at that initial start. Holy cow. That was pretty wild. The beginning there, just my game plan was stay on the bottom, stay out of trouble, keep the car together. It'll be faster in the end, and it panned out.
Yeah, man. You started to take it down low there, trying to get a slider going. How did the track change? It looked like the bottom was quick going in, but very little drive off. Did it feel like that from the seat?
Yeah, I think that the off the corner speed from the top, I think everybody had a totally different gear than I was running. And I basically just had to run the setup that I put in. I knew the slider line was likely going to be the only way for me to gain speed with the gear ratio that I selected in comparison to the rest of the field. I think that kind of had some negatives, but it ended up being a positive with how I was able to move up through the field off the bottom, at least initially.
Yeah, man, you were diving in. You'd pulled up even, but that drive off seems like it was missing. But great run by you, man. Again, you are up 8 positions. You and Bush Baker both moved up 8 positions. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your podium finish?
Yeah, No Chance Esports, PA Outdoor Addicts, National Wild Turkey Federation, Sportsman's Alliance, Zoomer Gaming Productions. If anybody wants to watch the stream of what it's like in car and what I'm doing and what setups I'm using, it's Zimmer Gaming Productions at Facebook. Thanks a lot, Joe, for broadcasting, and thanks everybody for tuning in to the stream.
Yeah, man, we're gonna have to get you on a live in-car reporter here for too long. Maybe we'll work that into the schedule since you're streaming anyway. We could add to that with the stream and get you mic'd up inside the car. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll have to hook up and meet about that.
Yeah, man. Great run by you, my friend. We'll see you next week.
All right, thanks, Joe.
Yes, sir. The 51 car of Clay Christopherson entered the night as your points leader by 10 points over the 7 car of Keaton Holder. Moves up 1 from his start in the 51 machine. Clay, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, walk us through your night.
It was all right. I put the wrong setup in. I think I needed a setup with a little more drive off, and that it came in, but it didn't come in until about 7 to go. By then, I'd have to do a really hard slider or nothing, and I tried for a little slider at the end there, but coming in, I had a feeling I wasn't going to fully clear, and I didn't want to clip his bumper, so I just kind of stuck it right in the middle and drove off like that and finished it with second.
Yeah, man. Hey, a second will work when you got a 10-point lead. Looks like you and Holder are going to battle it out here. Looks like the leader was the restarts were a little bit of a problem there a couple times. Did you feel like maybe you would have had a chance if we would have got some green flag runs early, and if the field didn't get bottled up on a restart?
Yeah, it's hard to say. Morano, he was position 2 at the time. He said he got brake checked. I didn't know what would happen because I was in 3rd spot. So when that happened, when he checked up and went to the towards the inside, I quick went to the right because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if we are going to restart or not, but I did not want a domino pile up. So I just quick shot around the outside, and we stayed green for a little bit. And if we went green for a while, I don't know if I would have had Holder. I'm not sure because, like I said, my car didn't come in until 7 to go, but I think it would have helped those extra 3-4 laps of caution laps with my setup because I noticed he was starting to tag the wall a couple times and get a little sideways up there. So I think I might have been able to drive down or do a slide job on him, but I'll take a second.
Oh, heck yeah, man. It is a podium. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your podium finish?
FTM, Swan Speed Shop. I mean, Christ, I had ran his setup, and it like I said, it felt good. I think his setup, I think, was set up for maybe a 60 lapper, but it felt pretty good towards the end on a 40. And Dean Reynolds as well for getting me on the team and helping out when he can. And yeah.
Great run, man. Another podium. Looks like your points lead may be safe this week. We'll have to see how that plays out. We will see you next week, man. Look forward to watching you.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir. The 7 car of Keaton Holder moves up 3 positions from his starting position. Keaton, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, that was a lot of cautions. Makes you, as the leader, it seems like you got out to almost a second gap between you and second place there at one time early. And the cautions kept flying, man, and kept bringing them back to your rear bumper. Walk us through your night.
Right there at the beginning, they got me and that Clay Christopherson, him and my teammate Austin Baker got together. And I was hoping they was going to get it straightened back up, but I wasn't about to wait around, see if they did. I just tried to split the gap and go on with it.
Yeah, but you drove it to the front, and you didn't look back once you got up there. It didn't look like anybody had anything for you. You were able to stay up in front of those guys, so great run by you, man. Who do you got to thank for your victory?
I got to thank my teammate Austin Baker and Apex Industries for building the Bad of the Bone 358 mod setups, and K&M Grading, Holders Grading Landscaping, Keith Holder Racing, Chase McCormick Racing, JW Septic, and RBR Fabrication.
Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun to watch, man. It looks like you closed in. You and Christopherson were 10 points apart at the start of the night. So we'll have to see how the points play out here. I'm not real sure how they do the points in North American Dirt Track Racing Association. But you should have closed that gap tonight, man, and it's early in the season. So the 7 and the 51, look forward to watching that battle all season. Great run by you, my friend. And if I don't see you tomorrow night, we will see you next week, and I wish you a great weekend.
Yep, see y'all.
All right, man. Take care. So there you have it. There is week 4, North American Dirt Track Racing Association Open 358 Modifieds. This week we were at Charlotte. Next week we will be at I-55 Speedway. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with 1 combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. You know, we first start in the pool, we do some confined water skills, we'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore, it's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, you know, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. You know, there's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. I mean, we've seen 4 eagle rays at once. I mean, just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take, you know, these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, you know, from being, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. You know, I've gone snorkeling a few times, or, you know, I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You know, you're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.